Hello there and a very warm welcome to another edition of the program. I'm Victor Matthias. Now, since the turn of the millennium, the ICT sector in Nigeria has provided jobs and solutions to some ills bedeviling the country. However, over the years, the need to feel the effects of the sector in other parts of the country has been on the rise, leading to the establishment of technology hubs in other parts of the country. On this episode of Channels Beam, we will be looking at how far these hubs have gone and lessons to learn in trying to move forward. But let's take first a moment and see what made the trends in the past week in the social media cycles.
Residents of Ekiti State had a busy weekend as they tripped out in their numbers to vote in the governorship election, which was keenly contested by former Minister of Mines and Steel, Dr. Kayode Fayemi of the APC, and outgoing Deputy Governor of the state, Professor Kolapo Lushola of the PDP. Dr. Fayemi won, polling over 190,000 votes. After weeks of entertaining football in Russia, the 64th match of the tournament ensured France were crowned champions of the world as they beat Croatia 4 goals to 2 to lift the trophy they last won 20 years ago on home soil. The French coach also made history by becoming the third person to win as captain and manager.
Well, there you go. Those were the trends in the past week. But joining us to look at the topic of the day, we have Olamide Egbayelo in the studio joining us. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you, Victor.
You're welcome. And joining us via the Google Plus Hangout, we have Sanusi Ismaila. He is the founder of CoLab in Kaduna. Thank you for joining us on the program, Sanusi.
Happy to be here.
And we also have Robert John, who is the CTO of CoLab in Kaduna as well, joining us from Kaduna. Thank you for joining us on the program as well.
My pleasure.
Very well. I mean, I'm sure you guys are gentlemen, so you would let me let the lady go first. So, but let me get this conversation started for us. I mean, where is the place of technology at the moment? Generally in the world.
Okay, I think generally in the world, technology is at the stage where we really need to run and then be very fast about catching up with it. Yeah. A lot is going on around the world. There's artificial intelligence. There is the coding, programming languages. There is technology taking over our lives, smartphones, gadgets everywhere, yeah. And everyone is talking to everyone can now talk to their gadgets, can now talk to everything in their homes and all that. So technology has gone really far. There's the smart cars, electric cars coming up, and then in a few years across the world, cars will stop using fuel and all that. So we have a lot of catching up to do, but technology around the world is not waiting for anyone. So we need to catch up.
So talking about catching up. I mean, in Nigeria, everything is mostly surrounded in Lagos. I mean, but we need to spread.
Sure.
So what is stopping that spread?
I think the environment in Nigeria for technology is still not very conducive, but the Lagos state government and Lagos at large is, making the environment conducive, thanks to the likes of the Co-Creation Hub. Yeah. So many other hubs are springing up across Lagos, yeah. And then Co-Creation Hub actually opened. There used to be hubs like that, but it opened the space more for young people to embrace technology, to want to learn new technology trends, programming languages, yeah. Content, yeah. And a whole lot of that. And then now we have more hubs in Lagos. And I think that the spread is happening already, with what Sanusi is doing in Kaduna with CoLab, with N-Hub in Jos, yeah. There's a hub, I can't remember the name right now, in Benin. So there's a lot of spreading going on. And with Emeka Okoye, what Emeka Okoye is doing in Enugu, he has a hub where he converges young people together to write codes and all that. Yeah. So the spread is already happening. And what we need to get to the level at which Lagos is now is we need the government to create enable environments. We don't want government opening hubs, but have investors come in to create, give them opportunities, PECs to say, oh.
But talking about that spread, let me come back to, let me just get to hear from Sanusi. I mean, CoLab, I mean, what's been going on in CoLab, Sanusi?
So everything has been going on. A lot has been going on. So we've had our incubation program up and running. We have 2 startups there now that are doing quite well. Schoolmo and Payant. They're doing well. Payant is in payment processing, and they've already done over $1 billion, processed over $1 billion naira just since January last year.
Wow.
Schoolmo has like 83,000 paying customers already. So that's doing well as well. Beyond that, we have our code school, which is basically like a newbie introduction to programming. We have a 3D printing lab where people are learning 3D printing and we're printing stuff. We have our elite program, which is sort of like an internship for developers, which is going on well as well. We have CoLab for Women, which is a women-centric program, trying to get more women into tech. That's going pretty well. We have a children's outreach, which is going on pretty well, trying to get kids into coding. And then, we've been doing a lot of stuff in data science, which Robert has been leading. We've done a lot of stuff with machine learning and AI and stuff. So a lot is happening. Unfortunately, the media is very Lagos-centric, so you only get to hear about what happens in Lagos, and it feels like Lagos is things are happening. But I think a lot of stuff is happening all around the country. People are beginning to realize that sometimes you need to take your fate in your own hands, sort of. Technology is that leveler. As the internet continues to spread, everybody sort of gets the same type of access, the same to education, to funding, to whatever. You have the internet just levels everything, and technology allows you to take advantage regardless of where you are. And I feel like that's